Okay, so we're just taking a break for a second, and I figure I'm going to start with Payshee because she actually was born here. So
I was born at the fair.
Not exactly in the birthing center,
in a cheese curd booth
next to some sheep and cows. Just kidding.
I'm not sure what that means. I'm not going to read into it.
Yeah, don't. So what's the first memory you have of the Minnesota State Fair?
First memory is coming in a wagon, not a covered wagon. I'm not quite that old. But Mom and Dad brought the wagon one year, and I want to say I was probably too big to be in it. So Heidi was in it, and possibly April. But I got to be in it for a little bit. We came in on what used to be Machinery Hill. Maybe it technically still is that, but it's also, I think, Northwoods now. And, making a beeline for the Pronto Pub stand. And probably the earliest memory. Of course,
were you?
Maybe like 9.
That was just a couple of years ago.
It was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
20 times 2 plus.
Yeah.
Then I guess going to the grandstand for sure to get. Every year we would sell corn in the summer from Mom and Dad's garden, and we could use our corn money for spending money at the state fair. And I mean, we're talking like $20, right?
You could buy a few more things for $20 back in the Stone Ages.
Yeah, and I remember one year I think it was in 7th or 8th grade. I got like this spray painted cowboy hat. It's like ridiculous with this giant roach clip and feathers on it. And I didn't know it was a roach clip at the time. I just thought, oh, that's cool, feathers. And wore it, and everybody at school called me a stoner. Didn't know what that meant either, because, white and nerdy, right here.
Yes.
And going to see Alabama at the grandstand, big part of my middle school years. Yeah, just walking around, having a good time. It was always like a bittersweet visit to the fair, because, it's right before school starts.
Right.
And it's always like, oh, God, don't want to go to school. But always went to school, but always got to come to the fair when I was a kid. So that was super fun, and thanks to Mom and Dad for dragging all 3 of us out and shelling out the cash, because even if it was cheaper then, it still wasn't cheap.
So my first memory, so we got a dance group. They're teaching them, I don't know, the Macarena or something over there.
It's not the Macarena.
It's some kind of line dance.
Some goofy line.
Anyway, my first memory was when, not long after we first met, I was driving her to work from Minneapolis to St. Paul one morning, and she was like, "Oh yeah, the state fair is going on." I'd already been here, I don't know, several years, but never been to the state fair. She's like, "What?" And she's like, "We should go." I was like, "Let's go now." And so she just called in to work.
I called in sick.
Played a hooky. She was wearing high heels.
And like business attire.
Yeah.
Had like dress pants and a dress shirt and a blazer.
So he just pulled over, turned, came to the state fair, actually parked across the street somehow. I don't know how that must have been in the middle of the week.
It was. It was like a Tuesday morning.
And we get in there and she's like, "Oh my God, these shoes are killing me." And I was like, "Do you not have any?" She's like, "I have some flip flops in the back of the car." So I went back out there, got the flip flops, brought them in.
We went to the Space Needle.
Yeah, we rode that. And then I remember the first food I remember though was the big fat bacon.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God, it's a bacon on a stick with like a maple glaze thing." And
he was hooked at the
oh
fair
my God,
at
it was like an orgasm. I mean, seriously.
Super good. Yummy, yummy big fat bacon. We're going to hit that today.
And I ate a bunch of other stuff that day too, including a pork chop on a stick, which we'll get to later. But that's my first memory, which wasn't all that long ago. It was like 10, 11 years ago. Because I'm not obviously from Minnesota originally.
And he's also not young.
No.
Let's be clear here.
But, we're here today mainly because, it's State Fair and we want to eat a bunch of food that
Yeah,
we don't
and people
normally
watch. You know, it's kind of fun. I've already stopped one person and asked about the pickle pizza, and they're like, "Yeah, you know, it's good if you like pickles." I'm like, well, I gathered
And
that.
the line is insanely long already.
It's like almost an hour, I think, probably to stand in line and wait because there's 2 lines.
There's no pizza on earth that's worth that,
It's,
especially one that has pickles on it.
They have other pizza there too, but the pickle thing is, I think, what's drawing everybody.
I mean, I could make a pickle pizza. It's probably better.
He wouldn't eat it.
No, I wouldn't because pickles suck. But I wouldn't eat it. But yeah, we're here.
I would eat it.
We're doing,
I would definitely try. I know Sam would if you're watching this, Sam.
Oh yeah.
If I get a
would
chance,
probably love it.
I'm either going to have the deep fried pickles for you today, in honor of Sam Bivens, who is a true pickle aficionado.
Yeah, my daughter.
And possibly the pickle pizza if the line goes down. But you know, if our gastronomic adventures today prove a little too intense, I may skip the pickle pizza.
Right, and they probably will be. The inside scoop is we're also here doing some
Recon.
market research because obviously one of Payshee's dreams for a very long
Always
time
has been.
is to be a vendor at the state
Yes,
fair.
yes.
And so, you know, we want to get, since we started Paysy's Popcorn, one of the goals was, I'm going to pull this out so you can see my popcorn shirt.
Popcorn, it says, is always the answer.
The answer, yes.
I say love. Love and
Love
popcorn.
of popcorn and hot dogs.
If somebody hadn't already taken the phrase peace, love, and popcorn, I would have co-opted that because that's a good one.
Yeah, I wish I had written that. Anyway, so here we're gonna try at least one other kettle corn vendor, and we're just kind of looking around, and we might try to scope out our spot. Yeah, hey, this is our spot.
We did see something that could potentially be a capital expense for Payshie's Popcorn in the future. An electric F-150 Ford pickup.
Oh yeah, and the Eco,
which was pretty
building.
slick, pretty darn slick looking.
It
Yeah,
was.
the Eco Experience building. But
like we need to spend more money. We need to get in the state fair just so we can afford the truck. The price still wouldn't pay for it.
justify it, right?
But it was a nice truck, and we don't really look at vehicles very often.
Never.
No, I didn't even know such a thing existed until I walked in there. That's how
But it would fit with our profile, you know, which is low carbon
It needs to be a little
emission.
more red. It's a little dark red.
He's like, it's okay, but we need a really brighter red color.
It's got, branding matters. Okay, so that's enough for now. We'll see you at the next
We're
spot,
just
which will
job
probably
winning.
be some more food later. Check this out. It's like a miniature Tinker Toy carnival or fair. You get all the rides and vendors, and it's huge. It's all the way down. All right, we're just outside the food building, and we went. First stop in there was my sausage sister and me, one of our favorite spots. And I got, hold on, the napkins. The biscuits. Let me turn the camera down here so you can see it. This is the sausage, biscuits, and gravy. It's usually one of my favorites. And then we got this one's new, I think. Put it up there close so you can see it. This is the, what the hell do they call it? The kebab.
It's hot honey chicken, sausage, and wrapped in a puff pastry.
Yeah.
It's got some coleslaw underneath, on a bed of coleslaw, and it's got drizzled hot honey on the top.
Right. So let me try the biscuits and gravy here first. Get a big piece of sausage. I might need a knife for the biscuits a little
I can
crispy.
get the knife for you.
I might in a second. Here we go.
When I say knife, I mean a serrated piece of plastic. You want this, dear?
In a second.
All right, we're waiting for the verdict.
It's good. It used to be awesome years ago. I think I don't know what they did. Dumbed it down a little bit. Here. I'll eat that in a second. All right, I'm gonna try the kebab. What do you eat some kebab?
My sausage gravy's better.
It is. Yeah.
I have not tried the kebab. I have a piece of sausage here with some honey-soaked biscuit because you know we need more bread. Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. The honey is great. The chicken sausage has a nice spice. The biscuit is flaky.
Yeah.
I say this is better than the biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. I would get the kebab. It's good. It's got the chicken sausage or whatever. It's got really good flavor.
This is not the hottest version.
No.
They have the hot.
They do.
They do, but I just got the medium. You said I should get this for me.
Should have got it spicy.
It's never good enough, people. It's never good enough. You're gonna have this bread.
I'm gonna eat this biscuits and gravy.
Here.
I bought it, so I'm gonna eat it. Just comments on the biscuits and gravy. After I eat some. This is one of the things I got the first time I came to the fair years ago. And when, that year anyway, it was maybe the best biscuits and gravy I've ever had.
It had more spice. This one doesn't have as much spice.
Yeah, it's not as spicy
It
as it
doesn't have
was.
enough kick. And honestly, the sausage is kind of bland.
The sausage itself doesn't have a lot of flavor. There's some spice in the gravy.
Not enough. Like for me, a sausage gravy has to have a significant amount of black pepper. I know that there are some folks who are like, "Wow, that's stupid."
It needs more salt.
It needs black pepper, salt, and probably some red pepper flakes if your sausage isn't hot enough.
Make the sausage spicier.
Yeah.
Then the gravy doesn't have to be as spicy. But it's good. Don't get me wrong, I'm still eating it.
He's gonna eat all of it.
It's money.
So here in the food building, things we want to try: jerk chicken wings,
Yep.
Sarah's tipsy pies.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure what else.
Cheese
so whatever.
curds.
Oh yeah, mouth-trap cheese curds.
I mean, you gotta have them.
Right. Although there is another cheese curd place that I've heard is also really good.
We might try it.
Where they have flavored cheese curds, like they have garlic, Cajun, and ranch. I don't know that I would want ranch, but garlic and Cajun might be good. So we'll see. You know, the day is young. No, I'm not the biscuit fan that you are, my love.
True.
I am just not the biscuit
I
fan
mean,
that you are.
I am a connoisseur of biscuits and
He loves it.
biscuits
He loves
and
the
gravy.
biscuit.
Where I come from,
Biscuits are love.
this is
The other things I definitely want to hit very quickly, or not quickly, but in the next hour, would be the Horticulture Building. I want to watch the bees. I love the bees. I love it when they do the honey collection, pollinator discussions, and then of course there's the honey stand where they have the honey sweetened lemonade, which frankly is definitely one of the top 5 things you must have at the fair.
Oh yeah.
If you like lemonade at all,
Yeah.
I highly suggest you get the honey sweetened lemonade. It is
We'll try it. We'll
just
talk about it when we
excellent.
get over there.
Yes. I'm already kind of salivating about it because I want lemonade. They have fresh squeezed lemonade in here, and I might get some because I'm thirsty. But
All right, that's enough for now. We'll catch up with you shortly. Action. All right, now we're still at the food building,
We're back.
and we went to Harry Singh's
Carribean something.
Caribbean jerk. We got jerk wings, so let's see those.
Angel Singh, and like a
Or
ton of fries
devils.
which we did not order. They just come with it, and you can smell the allspice. You can smell the cayenne. It's beautiful, beautiful. This is going to be hot.
Should be anyway. Okay, let's go into it.
Is it super hot, like touch wise?
Yes, it's kind of warm. There. Hope so.
I like the double boner. The double boner.
That's what she calls the
The non-drummer. Good flavor.
It's good.
The wings are not crispy. The jerk sauce is not as spicy as I thought it would be.
We love spice, so
Although I was afraid earlier with Sausage Sisters, the spice on the chicken should not have been spicy. I'm afraid of that.
no. It's got a kick. It kind of creeps. There's a little sweetness up front, so that kind of masks the initial spiciness.
The jerk sauce is good. It's really good.
It is. It's kind of
And there's a lot of herbs, and that you can sort of see right there that it's, you know, it's legit. They've got some really good spice in here.
let me give you the double boner. This ain't even right. I made sure to roll this one in more sauce.
Yeah.
down here.
Gotta get the sauce in there.
I would say there's probably not a lot of like dry rub on the wings. There might be some.
The sauce is good.
Yeah.
And it does have a nice amount of spice. I don't think it's too much to kill anybody. Some people might think it's too much.
Well, some people would be dead, but I would call it medium.
But it's a homemade spice. It is not like they just threw a bunch of Frank's Red Hot on here.
No, it's good.
It's you can definitely taste the allspice, which I love. Ginger, tamarind,
It's good.
and pepper.
They're definitely good. I could eat more of them, but I
I'm
gotta
not
say,
sure I'm going to eat the fries because now they're soaked.
I'm actually getting a little sinus run there, so there's some
No,
spice in
there's some good spice in there.
it. Kind of builds up.
Absolutely. One tip we did not follow before coming, and I said I was going to do it, and I didn't. I was going to bring little wipies or wet naps. I did not do that.
Yeah.
What I don't see out here is a fair booth that sells those things, and I'm like, well, maybe that's the way you get in. You know, you sell personal care products here at the fair. They do have a lot more hand washing stations here than they
Or
used to,
just
which
walk
is great.
around like the cigarette girl, but with wet naps right here at the food building.
He could totally pull off Cigarette Girl, don't you think?
Totally. I got legs for it.
Would just get you a nice low cut shirt. You show the hair off here, the gray hair.
That'll do it.
That's what always does it for me. So,
Right. That's probably too much information. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. We're going back in there because there's more stuff in there, but we'll see you in a minute. All right, so we're back in the food building, and we just got cheese curds,
Mouthtrap.
mouth-trap cheese curds.
And honestly, the crushing press of humanity moved pretty quickly. I have to hand it to them. They've got a system.
They don't mess around.
No.
All right, so this light breading.
Golden deliciousness.
I mean, it's not
amazing.
much. I don't even know what to say, really. I mean,
They do one thing and they do it well.
one damn thing. Gotta have them.
They're super good. So this is a small,
The regular.
or regular. It's $8, and a bottle of water was $3. You don't really need more cheese curds in this. I realize it's not about need; it's about want. But
gotta save
getting
room.
the big bucket would be like, I couldn't do it.
Well, unless you got a whole family or something.
Right. You're a big group.
But for 2 people, it's enough.
We're right next to the beer garden, which we'll probably head to a little later in the afternoon, when the rest of the fair goes nuts, and we want to have a place to sit down and chill. Or International Bazaar.
All right. See you shortly.
You guys want to finish your beer?
Cheers, Salt. Honey lemonade at the Horticulture Building.
Oh my
Best
God.
ever.
This is the best lemonade on earth.
It's so good. So good. It is like, honestly, this is probably my favorite thing at the fair.
It's one of them.
It's lemonade obviously cuts through so much of the heaviness of the foods we've had.
Especially the cheese curds.
Right. But
The
the honey
grease.
is just the perfect amount of sweetness. It's really delicious.
Oh my God. So good.
It's gonna be nap time soon.
Like right now. Good night. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the little bell icon on there and follow us. And then you'll know when we're going to have a new video up every time. See you on the next one, which it should be up here in the screen somewhere. See you there.